In preparation for the training program you're about to take, we would encourage you to have a current copy of the coaching guideline document that is available in the video description link, or you can obtain a copy by visiting the Big Country Soccer Association website at www.bigcountrysa.com. Once you're at that site, go to the coaching resource page and you can obtain your copy there. The other document we would like you to have is the Coach Orientation Reflection Form. And again, this is found on the Big Country Soccer Association website on the forms page, or you can download a copy in the video description. This training program was prepared for you in order for Big Country Soccer Association to be in compliance with our Standards for Quality Soccer, or SQS for short. This is a certification process by Canada Soccer Association that requires all clubs and/or associations to meet a standard of excellence for providing a safe soccer program, ensuring safe and inclusive soccer development for a lifetime. As you follow along in this presentation, you will see this icon in the bottom of the slides with a page number. This icon will let you know what page of the coaching guideline document we are in so that you can follow along with the presentation and the guideline together. If you have everything you need, then let's get started. Greetings, coaches. As a continuation of part 2, in which we looked at long-term player development, we're now going to look into a specific aspect of the long-term player development requirements through the four-corner development model. The four-corner development model is a means of addressing the multifaceted needs of the player throughout their development. The model first appeared in the early 2000s when it was identified that a specific framework was needed to adequately develop a player's all-around abilities. The model starts as early as U5 and goes up to players over U13. The current Big Country Soccer Association's age group curriculums are designed with the four-corner model to help coaches see all aspects of the player development process. Essentially, the four-corner model requires coaches to identify within their drills and practices aspects that focus on technical points, psychological aspects, physical aspects, and finally, social and emotional aspects within those drills and practices. This model helps coaches to ensure that their focus points touches each of the four corners to ensure a balanced approach to youth soccer development. Here's an example of a drill for a U9 and up practice plan. As you can see on the bottom of the drill, the four-corner model identifies the specific aspects of the drill that help support youth development unique to this drill. With the Big Country Soccer Association age group curriculums, you as a coach have been given more tools to help ensure that you're able to identify how your drills and practices are aiding in the four-corner model for youth soccer development. However, remember you're not alone. There is support available to you in learning to build your practice plans. Reach out to Big Country Soccer Association for more information. As we develop our young people to become athletes, and most importantly, good people, it's vitally important that the whole person is developed. Soccer can be used as a vehicle for this development. Each practice session or game can be used to develop a child in all four corners. In the coaching guidelines document on page 11, this graph is available to help you understand that as a coach, your role is to help ensure that you are developing all four corners for youth player development. Imagine that the player is at the center of this graph. Big Country Soccer Association believes part of the enjoyment of the sport is simply allowing players to learn to be creative. In today's game, player development has never been more rapid due to the availability of drills, skills, and game highlights through the internet, especially YouTube and other social media platforms. As a coach, you will learn to identify players within your team who may need to be challenged a little bit more than other players. That's okay. It simply means that those players are a lot further along in their soccer development journey. Support youth soccer players to be problem solvers. As a coach, you may feel the need to rush in during the drill to correct something you see, rather than simply ask the players what are the better options available to them. This simple change in coaching approach helps youth players to see the game faster and develop stronger problem solving skills. What's important as a coach is the connection from the warm up, the technical tactical drills, to the small sided game. Going into the practice cold and not prepared will not help youth players develop to reach a high potential. If you require mentoring on developing practice plans, reach out to Big Country Soccer Association and we will put you in contact with an experienced coach within the community. Again, mentorship is available. Although general fitness drills do have their benefit, remember, as a coach, you want to make sure that your players are more active with the ball than without. Players running for the sake of running and or standing around waiting for a turn reduces the impact of proper player development, which includes the ABCs: agility, balance, and coordination development. When you're developing your practice plans, do you think about how often players are touching the ball or engaged in the small sided game? This might be a consideration for when you develop your practice plans. Remember, young players will make mistakes and not get things right. What we're looking for is the player to simply make the attempt. The completion success of the player will grow with time, age, and experience. As a coach, give them a positive environment for that development. Remember, the mental aspect of soccer development is an emerging area in youth sports. The pressures of today's youth are much higher than 5, 10 years ago. With proper long term player development, we coaches need to also account for the mental development of our youth participants. We need to ensure we're using a number of different approaches to our coaching methods to help our youth participants understand what is being presented. An example would be to include more visual elements to your coaching, showing the drill in slow motion so players can see the movement before they start doing the drill at half game speed. As a coach, the three basic methods to include in the way that you train your players are seeing, hearing, and the doing. Seeing, for example, might be the use of tactic boards, diagrams, the visual arrangement of cones so that players can visually see what it is that you're trying to accomplish. For the hearing, these are the instructions or posing of questions so that players can answer those questions. Again, make sure the communication is positive. The doing is just the simple walking through. The positional arrangement or freeze framing parts of the practice so that players can again see a picture in their mind of exactly what it is that they need to understand. Remember to help players learn the game and develop their decision making skills by seeing game related problems for players to solve. What we have found in the earlier age groups is that this is a big influential aspect to participating in sports. The social aspect to be able to play with kids, socializing, and enjoying time together through sport. As players grow, the social aspect tends to reduce, and the technical and tactical aspects to their development tend to grow ahead of the social aspect. Regardless of age, however, Participants want to enjoy the game. It's what brings them back. As a coach, you have a role to play in making sure the game remains fun and players are encouraged and recognized for their efforts. At the heart of long-term player development is the philosophy of the use of the four-corner development model. The four main corners are technical, tactical, developing skills through fun and challenging drills. Physical, focus on agility, balance, coordination, and speed through age-appropriate activities. The psychological or mental, encouraging creativity, problem solving, and resilience. Finally, social and emotional, build teamwork, communication, and confidence. By addressing all four corners, you'll create well-rounded players who enjoy the game and reach their potential. Congratulations, Coach, on completing Part 3 of the Coach Orientation on the Coaching Guidelines for Big Country Soccer Association. Remember, there are age group curriculums available on the Big Country Soccer Association's website. Please review the curriculum of the age group that you will be developing. Use this curriculum to help foster the development of your practice plans, ensuring that you're targeting all four corners for youth player development. Let's move on to Part 4 of the orientation program.